Is there hope? May pag-asa pa ba? Probably this is the common sentiment of many people today. People who would say, masaya kaya ang Pasko? People who would say, matutuloy kaya ang Pasko? In the midst of all of the commercialism, people's hearts are weighed down. Mabigat ang puso ng karamihan. I overheard this as we were ministering in one area one time. Pasko na nga, pare ko. Pero sa isang tulad mo, tulad ko, ay wala nang saysay sa mundo. Limot na tayo ng lipunan. Itinuring na tayong patay. Is there hope? I believe that as we are today coming into the presence of God, the gospel today is very, very timely because the first word of our Lord in this gospel is a word that wakes us up because it's a word that says, listen, listen, or in some translations, hear. Ang pakikinig ay sinasadya. It is intentional. It is not something that will just happen to us. We must put ourselves constantly in a position to listen, to hear. Many times people, especially today, we say about the children, hindi sila marunong makinig. Pero sila lang ba? Hindi ba tayong lahat ay masyado tayong consumed and abalang-abala sa mga bagay-bagay na maarahil ay hindi naman merong katuturan sa ating buhay? Yesterday, there was a big championship in the UAAP. According to the news, it had a record attendance of 25,193 people. Highest ever recorded. So many. But are they just as passionate about their God? Are they just as we are, the confrontation? Today, we would have that. At least 3 times in the letter of Amos, today, the Lord said, and you have not returned. Sa kabila ng lahat ng aking ginagawa para kunin ang atensyon mo at manumbalik ka, you have not returned. And so, the prophet continues and he says in verse 12, therefore, thus I will do to you, O Israel, because I will do this to you, prepare to meet the Lord. Prepare to meet the Lord, O Israel. Alam niyo ba ang ibig sabihin ng Israel? Bakit tayo tinatawag na Israel? The word Israel or the name Israel means struggle, striving, palaging nagpapagal. And I think the striving is because we want our ways rather than the ways of God. Sa sobrang struggle, even all of creation, kung makikita natin dito sa ating binabasa ngayon, not only in Amos, but even in Peter, sabi doon, sobra-sobra daw ang mga nangyayari sa kapaligiran, sa kalikasan, sa sansinukob. Things are not the way they are. There is famine, there is earthquakes, there are things that are taking place, not necessarily because it is God who caused them. God does not cause destruction or death. He, however, will take even the tragedies of man to turn us back to Him. Kaya wag po nating sisihin ang Panginoon sa mga trahedyang sa ating buhay. In Isaiah 24, sabi po dito ng prophet, "The earth mourns and withers. The world fades and withers. The exalted of the people of the earth fade away. The earth also is polluted by its inhabitants, for they transgressed laws, violated statutes, broke the everlasting covenant. Therefore, a curse devours the earth, and those who live in it are held guilty." A wake-up call to us to realize that these things that are taking place all around, yung parang walang pansin ng tao sa Diyos, yung mga taong dumadating, tayong lahat, meron tayong mga bagay-bagay na dapat ituwid. And that is why Advent comes. Advent comes to answer the question, is there hope? So that we can do what I would call the 3 P's of Advent. We are to have preparation. We are to walk in penitence. And we are to be prayerful. Because these are means to open the communication line once again and be able to do what Jesus said, listen. Because the parable is about you and me. The parable is about how men will take what God owns, which is their life and mine. This is not my life. This is God's life. Everything we have, we belong to God. Mabuti na lang hindi po tayo sinisingil sa bawat langhap ng hangin. Dahil yung hangin yun, hindi atin. Sa Diyos yun. Mabuti na lang hindi tayo sinisingil ng Panginoon sa bawat hibla ng pagningning ng araw. Because that is God's. We need all of this to live. All of these to live. But God said, now I'm going to bless you with them, but use them to walk in the life I have given to you. And we know the parable goes on and continues. And it says that in spite of this, the stewards, the katiwalas, yung mga pinagkatiwalaan ng Panginoon ng kanyang biyaya, rejected it. But our God is a God of hope. Because after all of these actions, the owner of the vineyard did not give up. He said, "They will respect my son." They will respect my son. Sandali po. Base sa talinghaga, base sa parable, pinatay yung anak eh. Anong respect? They will respect my son. Dahil ang nagsasalita nito ay hindi pangkaraniwang tao. Ang nagsasalita natin ito ay the God of hope. Ano po ang pinagdadaanan natin? Dumating na ba tayo sa punto ng buhay na nawalan na tayo ng pag-asa? Na para bagang merong pa bang pag-asa? Is there hope? The God of hope speaks to you and to me. They will respect my son. So much so that St. Paul Years later, he said, there will come a time will every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. They will respect my son. Light would shine. Hope will come. There is always the tomorrow that God holds that we can hang on to, that we will not be consumed by despair and hopelessness. Mga kapatid, mga minamahal, Saint Peter ends his letter, this glorious letter. He said, be on your guard so that you will not be carried away by the error of unprincipled men and fall from your own steadfastness. Matatag tayo, binigyan tayo ng katatagan. Pero be on your guard. Listen. Pay attention to God. Always prepare. Always be penitent to turn around for our old ways and to turn to God. And always be prayerful. Is there hope? The answer, resounding answer of God and His people is yes. Because the God of hope is with us.